Every person is chasing success, money, recognition, freedom, impact. But here's the truth. If you chase success without working on yourself first, you'll never hold it for long. The foundation of every achievement begins not in the external world, but inside you. Your inner world, your beliefs, your mindset, your habits, creates your outer results. If your thoughts are weak, your results will be weak. If your habits are inconsistent, your outcomes will be inconsistent. Success doesn't come to those who wish. It comes to those who prepare themselves to become the kind of person success is attracted to. Think about it. A person who sharpens their mind daily, who disciplines their habits, who learns, grows, and develops emotional resilience. That person doesn't have to chase opportunities. Opportunities are drawn to them because they radiate strength, clarity, and certainty. The question is, are you building yourself to handle the success you dream of? If you want financial growth, are you growing in discipline? If you want leadership, are you developing communication and influence? If you want freedom, are you mastering your time and energy? The moment you decide to work on yourself first, everything changes. You'll find your confidence rising, your decisions becoming sharper, your vision becoming clearer. And when that happens, success doesn't run away from you. It chases you down because you've become the person worthy of it. So stop asking, when will success come to me? Instead ask, how can I grow today so that success has no choice but to find me? Because when you transform yourself, you transform your life. And when you work on yourself first, success will always chase you. Your inner world shapes your outer world. This truth is simple yet deeply powerful. Everything you see in your external life, your career, your relationships, your level of success or struggle, is a reflection of what's happening inside of you. Too often people look at life backwards. They think if they just change their circumstances, then they'll finally feel better. If they just earn more money, they'll feel confident. If they just get the right opportunity, they'll feel fulfilled. But life doesn't work that way. The outer world doesn't control the inner world. The inner world creates the outer one. If your inner world is filled with fear, doubt, and limitation, no amount of external success will ever satisfy you, because you'll always find yourself sabotaging, hesitating, or holding back. On the other hand, if your inner world is strong, resilient, and focused, you can be placed in the harshest conditions and still create progress, because your mind and emotions are trained to lead. Think of it this way: your mindset is like the operating system of your life. If it's outdated or filled with viruses, no matter what kind of powerful applications you try to run, like building a business, creating wealth, or building relationships, they will all crash. But if your operating system is upgraded, strong, and clean, everything else works smoothly. This is why some people with very little resources find ways to rise, while others with massive resources never make progress. It's not about the resources, it's about the internal resourcefulness. Your inner world is the soil, and your goals are the seeds. No matter how great the seed, if the soil is dry, weak, or toxic, nothing will grow. But if the soil is rich, nurtured, and healthy, even an average seed will flourish. So if you want a powerful outer world, start by cultivating the soil within yourself. How do you do that? By mastering your thoughts, your emotions, and your focus. Every day you have thousands of thoughts. Most people let those thoughts run wild like weeds in a garden. They entertain doubts, fears, comparisons, excuses. Then they wonder why their results are inconsistent or negative. But if you begin to consciously direct your thought, choosing empowering beliefs, focusing on solutions instead of problems, you start to rewire your mind. And as your thoughts change, your feelings change. Instead of constantly living in stress or uncertainty, you begin to generate energy, clarity, and certainty. Those inner emotions then influence the actions you take, and actions create results. Emotional fitness is just as important as physical fitness. You can have the best skills, but if your inner world collapses every time you face pressure, you won't get far. On the other hand, if you train yourself to stay calm under stress, to find strength in challenges, and to turn obstacles into opportunities, you'll begin to notice that the outer world bends to your resilience. People will trust you more, opportunities will open, and your own creativity will expand. Why? Because your inner stability creates external magnetism. Think about a leader in any field. The reason people follow them isn't only because of their skills or knowledge. It's because of their presence, their certainty, their inner state. They've worked on themselves long enough that their inner world radiates clarity, and people are drawn to that energy. Success is attracted to certainty. If you're uncertain inside, you'll repel the very success you desire, because uncertainty creates hesitation, and hesitation kills momentum. But if you've trained your inner world to be strong, certain, and focused, success has no choice but to chase you because you've become the kind of person success belongs to. This is why self-work always comes first. You can't skip this step. If you try to build your life on a shaky inner foundation, everything will crumble the moment stress or pressure shows up. But if your foundation is strong, if your thoughts, emotions, and focus are trained, then no matter what storms hit your outer world, you'll stand firm, adjust, and keep moving forward. In fact, many times the storms will become the very fuel that pushes you to greater levels, because your inner world is conditioned to use challenges as growth. So if you want to change your life, stop looking only at what's outside of you. Start asking, what do I need to shift inside of me? Do I need to change my beliefs about what's possible? Do I need to train my focus so I stop being distracted? Do I need to manage my emotions so I stop letting fear run the show? When you answer those questions and take action on them, your outer world will begin to reflect the changes. People around you will notice. New opportunities will appear. Progress will accelerate, not because the world suddenly got easier, but because you became stronger. Your inner world is the cause. Your outer world is the effect. When you transform the cause, the effect cannot help but follow. Work on your inner world every single day. Read, learn, reflect, practice gratitude, strengthen your habits, and master your emotions. As you do this, you'll find that success stops being something you chase. It becomes something that naturally flows to you because you've aligned your inner world with the life you want to create. And when that happens, success won't just visit, it will stay. Habits define destiny. It's easy to dream big, set massive goals, and imagine the kind of life you want. But the truth is, your future is not determined by the occasional bursts of motivation or the big decisions you make once in a while. Your future is shaped by what you do consistently, day after day, especially when no one is watching. Success isn't built overnight, and it isn't built on what you do sometimes. It's built on what you do all the time. Habits are the invisible architects of your destiny. Think about the people who achieve lasting success in business, health, or personal growth. It's not that they got lucky. It's not that they had everything handed to them. It's that they formed daily habits that supported their vision. If you want to get healthy, it's not about going to the gym once and expecting results. It's about consistently showing up, choosing better meals, and pushing through even on days you don't feel like it. If you want financial growth, it's not about making one lucky investment. It's about developing the habit of saving, learning, making wise decisions, and managing money daily. If you want to become a leader, it's not about delivering one powerful speech. It's about building the habit of learning, practicing influence, and connecting with people over and over again. Habits are powerful because they compound. One small action repeated consistently grows into massive results over time. Just as negative habits compound into negative outcomes, positive habits compound into extraordinary results. If you develop the habit of procrastination, laziness, or distraction, those habits silently pull you away from your dreams, and years later you'll wonder why success never arrived. But if you build habits of focus, discipline, and continuous improvement, they silently pull you toward your goals until one day you look back and realize how far you've come. Habits are also the bridge between goals and achievement. Anyone can set a goal, but without the right habits, that goal is just a wish. For example, you can say you want to write a book. The goal sounds inspiring, but the habit of writing every day, even a small amount, is what transforms the idea into reality. You can say you want financial freedom, but unless you build habits of earning, saving, and investing wisely, that dream will remain a fantasy. Goals give direction, but habits give momentum. Without momentum, even the best direction is useless. It's also important to recognize that habits don't just shape what you do, they shape who you become. Every action you repeat sends a signal to your identity. If you habitually choose to push yourself when it's uncomfortable, you become a person who sees themselves as disciplined. If you habitually give up when things get tough, you reinforce the identity of someone who quits. Over time, your habits carve out your identity, and your identity creates your destiny. That's why changing habits isn't just about improving performance, it's about reinventing yourself into the person capable of attracting the life you want. The challenge is that most people underestimate the power of small habits. They think only big actions matter, but the truth is, your destiny doesn't shift overnight. It shifts gradually through daily rituals. Reading 10 pages of a book doesn't seem like much, but do it every day and you've read dozens of books in a year. Practicing gratitude for 2 minutes doesn't seem life-changing, but do it every day and you rewire your brain for positivity and resilience. Waking up 1 hour earlier may not transform your life in a week, but keep that habit for years and you'll gain thousands of extra hours to grow, learn, and build. And here's the key: habits are a choice before they become automatic. At first, it's uncomfortable. At first, it requires discipline, but once repeated enough, they become part of who you are. You no longer have to think about brushing your teeth. It's automatic. The same can happen with any habit. You can train yourself so that exercising, reading, saving, or focusing deeply becomes automatic. That's when success becomes inevitable because you've designed your life to align with your vision. Destiny isn't a matter of chance, it's a matter of habits. Your daily choices are writing the story of your future. Every time you choose discipline over comfort, growth over stagnation, and consistency over excuses, you are shaping a destiny filled with strength and success. And every time you neglect the small habits, you are shaping a destiny of regret. The power is in your hands. If you want to know where your life will be 5 years from now, don't look at your goals. Look at your habits today. So commit to building habits that serve you. Wake up with purpose. Practice gratitude. Learn something new daily. Exercise your body and mind. Manage your time with focus. These may feel small, but they're not small. They are the bricks that build the foundation of your destiny. Over time, the results will chase you because you've trained your life to move in alignment with success. And when habits define your destiny, success isn't a matter of if, it's only a matter of when. Mindset before skill set is a principle that many people overlook, yet it is the foundation of all achievement. Too often, people believe that success comes from having the right skills, the best education, or the most advanced strategies. They spend years learning techniques, memorizing knowledge, and sharpening technical abilities, yet they still struggle to create real results. Why? Because skills without the right mindset are like powerful tools in the hands of someone who doesn't know how to use them. It's not that skills aren't important, they are, but mindset multiplies skill set. Without the right mindset, your skills are limited. With the right mindset, even average skills can produce extraordinary outcomes. Consider two people given the same opportunity. One has strong skills but doubts themselves, hesitates to take action, and constantly focuses on what might go wrong. The other person has moderate skills but believes deeply in their potential, takes bold action, learns from mistakes, and stays committed no matter what. Who do you think will succeed in the long run? It's almost always the one with the stronger mindset, because mindset drives behavior, and behavior creates results. Skill alone doesn't drive results unless it's paired with the mental strength to use it effectively. Mindset is the lens through which you view the world. If your mindset is fixed, you'll see problems everywhere. You'll believe that your abilities are limited and that you were born with certain capacities that cannot be changed. This belief will make you avoid challenges and give up easily when you face obstacles. On the other hand, if you adopt a growth mindset, You'll see challenges as opportunities to learn. You'll understand that skills can be developed through effort and persistence. With this mindset, you don't fear mistakes. You welcome them as teachers. This single shift in perspective can transform how you use your skills and how far you go in life. Think of mindset as the engine and skills as the car. You can have the most advanced car in the world, but if the engine doesn't work, it won't move. Similarly, you can have the best skills, but without the mindset to take action, handle pressure, and push through setbacks, you'll remain stuck. Conversely, even a basic car with a strong engine can travel far. A powerful mindset gives you the ability to maximize whatever skills you currently have while continuing to build new ones. One of the biggest differences between people who succeed and those who fail lies in how they respond to failure. Skills cannot protect you from failure. Failure is inevitable in the process of growth. But mindset determines whether failure becomes the end of the road or just a stepping stone. With the wrong mindset, failure destroys confidence. With the right mindset, failure fuels growth. People with strong mindsets don't ask, "Why did this happen to me?" They ask, "What can I learn from this? How can I grow stronger from this?" That single question keeps them moving forward, and as a result, their skills sharpen and their opportunities expand. Another important aspect is confidence. Confidence doesn't come only from being skilled. It comes from believing you can handle whatever comes your way, even if you don't know everything yet. Many talented people never share their gifts because they lack the mindset to trust themselves. They wait until they feel perfectly ready, but that day never comes. Meanwhile, someone else with less skill but unshakable belief steps forward, takes action, and creates results. Confidence built on mindset unlocks opportunities that skills alone can never open. Mindset also influences how you use time. Someone with a weak mindset wastes energy comparing themselves to others, doubting their worth, or procrastinating because they're afraid to fail. Someone with a strong mindset focuses on growth, takes small, consistent steps, and refuses to be distracted by fear or self-doubt. Over months and years, the difference becomes enormous. Skills are developed by practice, but practice itself requires mindset. Without mindset, even learning stalls. It's also worth remembering that skills change with time, technology evolves, industries shift, and knowledge becomes outdated. If your success depends only on skill set, you risk being left behind. But if your mindset is strong, you'll adapt, learn new skills, and keep moving forward no matter how much the world changes. A resilient mindset makes you flexible in a way that skills alone cannot. The great leaders, innovators, and changemakers of history weren't always the most skilled when they began. Many started with very little. But what set them apart was their mindset, the belief that they could make a difference, the courage to take action, and the persistence to keep going when others quit. Over time, their skills improved, but it was their mindset that carried them through the seasons of doubt and difficulty. If you want lasting success, start with your mind. Build the mindset that embraces challenges, values learning, and refuses to give up. Train yourself to focus on solutions, to see possibilities where others see problems, and to believe in your capacity to grow. With that foundation, every skill you acquire becomes exponentially more powerful. Without it, even the most impressive skills will eventually fade into nothing. Mindset is the multiplier of every talent, the fuel behind every action, and the foundation of every success story. When you put mindset before skill set, you are setting yourself up for success not just once, but for a lifetime. Because skills can be taken away, but a strong mindset ensures you'll always find a way to rebuild, reinvent, and rise again. Emotional fitness matters more than most people realize. It is the hidden key that determines how far you can go in life. Skills can get you started, opportunities can open doors, and motivation can give you a short-term push, but if you cannot manage your emotions when challenges strike, you will not last. Emotional fitness is the ability to stay centered, focused, and resilient no matter what life throws at you. It is the discipline of mastering your inner state so that external circumstances cannot control you. Life will test you, There will be moments when everything seems to go wrong at once. Business deals fall apart, relationships break down, plans collapse, and unexpected obstacles appear out of nowhere. In these moments, it is not your technical skills that decide your future, it is your emotional strength. If you panic, lose control, or give in to fear, you sabotage yourself. But if you stay calm, centered, and focused, you find solutions, learn lessons, and continue moving forward. Emotional fitness is what transforms setbacks into comebacks. Think of emotional fitness the same way you think of physical fitness. A physically fit person doesn't become weak the moment they face physical stress. Their muscles and endurance carry them through. Likewise, a person who is emotionally fit doesn't collapse at the first sign of pressure. They have trained their mind and heart to withstand stress, fear, and uncertainty. They know how to shift from negative states to empowering ones quickly. This ability gives them an incredible advantage because while others waste energy being paralyzed by fear or frustration, they are already moving forward. Emotions are powerful because they shape behavior. A person in fear will hesitate. A person in anger may destroy relationships. A person in sadness may lose motivation. But a person who can generate courage, determination, and gratitude in the middle of difficulty will make better decisions, inspire others, and keep momentum alive. The difference between these people is not their environment, but their emotional conditioning. One has trained their emotions, the other has allowed emotions to control them. The truth is, everyone feels fear, doubt, stress, and disappointment. Emotional fitness doesn't mean you never feel these things. It means you learn how to manage them quickly so they don't dominate your life. For example, if fear shows up, instead of letting it paralyze you, you acknowledge it, face it, and act anyway. If frustration comes, instead of lashing out or giving up, you channel that energy into problem solving. This requires practice, just like physical exercise. You don't become strong after one workout, and you don't become emotionally fit after one challenge. You become strong by training yourself daily, building resilience, and developing rituals that empower you. One of the most powerful practices for emotional fitness is managing your state. Your physiology, focus, and language all affect your emotions. If you slump your shoulders, breathe shallowly, and repeat negative words to yourself, your emotions will sink. But if you stand tall, breathe deeply, move with energy, and focus on solutions, your emotions will rise. Emotional fitness is about consciously choosing the state you live in instead of letting circumstances decide it for you. Another practice is gratitude. When you focus on what is missing, you feel stressed and anxious. But when you focus on what you already have, you create calm and strength. Gratitude doesn't solve problems directly, but it shifts your emotions so you can face problems with clarity and strength. A grateful mind cannot be a fearful mind at the same time. Emotional fitness grows every time you practice gratitude, especially in difficult moments. Resilience is another key element. People who lack emotional fitness quit too soon. The first rejection, the first failure, or the first major setback breaks them. But emotionally fit people use resilience as a weapon. They expect challenges, they accept that failure is part of growth, and they bounce back stronger each time. This resilience makes them unstoppable because nothing outside of them has the power to defeat what is inside them. Leaders, entrepreneurs, and changemakers all rely on emotional fitness more than technical ability. Why? Because leadership is about managing not only your emotions, but also the emotions of others. When chaos surrounds a team, the leader's emotional fitness sets the tone. If the leader panics, the team falls apart. If the leader stays calm and decisive, the team finds strength and follows. Emotional fitness is contagious. It spreads to those around you. This makes it one of the most valuable qualities you can ever develop. Without emotional fitness, success becomes temporary. You may achieve something great, but you will struggle to hold it because every challenge will threaten to break you. With emotional fitness, success becomes sustainable because no matter what challenges come, you have the inner strength to endure and adapt. Life will always change, markets will shift, and difficulties will arise, but your emotions can remain under your control. The ultimate truth is this: success doesn't belong to the smartest or the most talented. It belongs to the most emotionally fit. Because the world will always reward those who can stay strong when others collapse, who can think clearly under pressure, and who can keep moving forward when everyone else gives up. Emotional fitness matters more than almost anything else, because without it, nothing else lasts. But with it, everything becomes possible. Growth creates opportunities. This is a principle that explains why some people seem to constantly attract success, while others remain stuck in the same place year after year. Many people believe opportunities are about luck, timing, or being in the right place at the right time. While those factors sometimes play a role, the truth is that opportunities most often come to those who are prepared to handle them. And preparation is a direct result of growth. When you grow as a person, when you expand your skills, strengthen your mindset, and elevate your habits, you increase your capacity to recognize and seize opportunities that others overlook. Imagine two people facing the same situation. One has grown in knowledge, confidence, and adaptability. The other has stayed the same for years, relying on old ways of thinking and outdated habits. The first person will see possibilities where the second person sees only problems. Why? Because growth expands perception. When you grow, you don't just add knowledge, you train yourself to see more, to think bigger, and to approach challenges with creativity instead of fear. This expanded vision allows you to catch opportunities that pass unnoticed by others. Growth is also magnetic. When you invest in yourself, people notice. Whether it's improving your communication, developing leadership, or mastering your craft, growth increases your value, and value attracts attention. Employers, partners, and even strangers are drawn to those who radiate progress. They sense that this is someone who is going places, someone worth investing in, someone capable of handling more responsibility. Opportunities often come disguised as challenges or connections, and growth positions you to be chosen for them. Think about any career. The people who rise are rarely those who simply stay the same and wait. They are the ones who continuously grow, learning new skills, adapting to new environments, and expanding their influence. Growth creates competence, and competence creates trust. When people trust that you can handle more, they give you more opportunities. Without growth, opportunities may come, but you won't be ready. That's why many people sabotage themselves when big chances appear. They haven't done the inner or outer work to match the level of opportunity. But if you've been growing, you meet opportunity with readiness, and that readiness turns chance into achievement. Growth also creates momentum. Every time you push yourself to learn, improve, or expand your comfort zone, you build confidence. That confidence fuels more action, which leads to more results, which then opens more doors. It's a cycle. Growth doesn't just prepare you for opportunities, it generates them. A person who is constantly learning and improving will always have new ideas, fresh energy, and the courage to take risks. And those qualities naturally create opportunities because they lead to innovation, problem solving, and leadership. One of the most overlooked aspects of growth is that it changes your network. When you grow, the people you attract into your life begin to change. You meet individuals who are also growing, people who are pursuing excellence and progress. These connections can become some of your greatest opportunities because success is rarely achieved alone. Growth places you in environments and relationships that expand your possibilities far beyond what you could have achieved by staying still. On the other hand, staying stagnant closes doors. If you don't grow, your world becomes smaller. Your ability to adapt weakens, your confidence fades, and your value decreases. Even if opportunities appear, you won't be able to see them, or you won't have the courage to take them. Growth is not optional if you want to live a life of opportunity. It's a necessity. Life itself rewards progress. When you grow, you align yourself with the very nature of life, which is always expanding, always evolving. Growth also transforms your relationship with fear. Many people avoid opportunities because they fear failure, rejection, or uncertainty. But growth builds resilience and courage. The more you grow, the less intimidating challenges appear. What once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. This shift is crucial because most opportunities require you to step into the unknown. Without growth, fear will stop you. With growth, fear becomes fuel. Every breakthrough in life begins with personal growth. The job promotion, the business venture, the relationship, the creative project, all of them are tied to the growth you've achieved before they appear. And the more you grow, the more breakthroughs you create. Success isn't about waiting for opportunities. It's about growing into the person who naturally creates them. So the question to ask yourself is not, when will I get my big opportunity? But how can I grow today so that when opportunities come, I'm ready? Read the book, practice the skill, strengthen your health, expand your mindset, challenge your fears. Each step of growth makes you more prepared, more valuable, and more magnetic. Over time, you'll notice that opportunities aren't rare, they're everywhere. Most people just aren't growing enough to see or seize them. Growth creates opportunities because growth makes you more than you were yesterday. And when you become more, you attract more. When you become stronger, bigger challenges appear that carry bigger rewards. When you become wiser, solutions present themselves that were invisible before. When you become more confident, people trust you with greater responsibilities. The more you grow, the more doors open. Opportunities are not just waiting for you out there. They are waiting for you to rise to the level where you can see them, handle them, and maximize them. And that level is reached only through growth. The greater your growth, the greater your opportunities. And when you make growth your daily commitment, opportunities will not be something you chase. They will be something that chases you. Success becomes a byproduct, not the main target. This truth is misunderstood by many people who spend their lives chasing success as if it were some prize to be won. They run after money, titles, recognition, or material possessions, believing that once they finally catch them, they will feel fulfilled. But those who achieve lasting success know something different. Success is not something you chase. It's something you attract by becoming valuable, by growing, by serving, and by consistently working on yourself. When you focus entirely on external rewards, you may achieve them temporarily, but they often slip away because the foundation isn't strong. When you focus on becoming the kind of person who naturally creates value, success follows you like a shadow. The reason success becomes a byproduct is because life rewards contribution and growth. If you dedicate yourself to improving your skills, strengthening your mindset, and building habits that create results, people begin to notice. Opportunities open, doors unlock, and recognition arrives without you begging for it. On the other hand, when you chase success directly without building the inner capacity to hold it, it feels like chasing smoke. No matter how hard you grab, it slips through your fingers. Success cannot be forced, but it can be earned indirectly through who you become. Think of an athlete. If their only focus is on winning the medal, they will quickly burn out under pressure. But if their focus is on training, discipline, growth, and mastering their craft, winning the medal becomes a natural byproduct of their preparation. The same applies to business. If you only focus on making money, you might cut corners, manipulate, or chase quick wins, and those may give you short-term results. But long-term success only comes to those who focus on serving customers, creating value, innovating, and building trust. Money then flows as a byproduct of the value you consistently deliver. This principle also applies in relationships. If you chase love by trying to impress, control, or manipulate, you often end up pushing it away. But if you focus on becoming loving, kind, authentic, and supportive, love naturally grows as a byproduct. Success in any area of life, whether health, career, or relationships, cannot be the direct obsession. It has to be the result of who you are becoming. One of the reasons people feel empty after achieving their goals is because they expected success itself to fill the void. They worked hard, earned the promotion, bought the car, or reached the milestone, only to realize it didn't bring the deep fulfillment they thought it would. That's because success is not about the external prize, it's about the internal growth. The real reward is who you became in the process. Did you become stronger? Did you develop resilience, courage, and persistence? Did you learn to lead, to contribute, to overcome fear? That inner transformation is the true success, and the outer results are simply the evidence. When you understand this, your approach to life changes. Instead of asking, how can I get success? You begin asking, how can I grow? How can I contribute more? How can I become the kind of person success is attracted to? This shift takes away anxiety because you stop chasing outcomes you cannot control and start focusing on what you can control. Your growth, your actions, your mindset. And as you improve those, the results take care of themselves. It is also important to realize that success looks different for everyone, but the principle remains the same. Whether you define success as financial freedom, impact, health, or peace of mind, you cannot achieve it by chasing it directly. You achieve it by creating the habits, mindset, and behaviors that naturally lead to it. If you want health, you don't chase health itself. You build habits of exercise, nutrition, and rest. If you want wealth, you don't chase money itself. You focus on creating value, solving problems, and managing resources wisely. Health and wealth then follow as byproducts of those consistent actions. This understanding frees you from impatience. Many people quit because they don't see results quickly. They chase success like it's a sprint. But when you know success is a byproduct, you no longer expect immediate results. You understand that your job is to grow, to act, to improve, and that success will show up in time. This mindset keeps you steady, persistent, and consistent. Over months and years, this consistency compounds into results greater than you imagined. The irony is that the more you chase success directly, the further it runs, but the more you forget about chasing and focus on building yourself, the more success shows up. It's like trying to catch a butterfly. If you run after it, it escapes. But if you stand still, cultivate a beautiful garden, and focus on making the environment right, the butterfly will come to you. Success works the same way. So make your life about growth, contribution, and mastery. Focus on becoming valuable, building strength, and serving others. Success will not be something you have to fight for. It will be something that flows naturally as a reflection of the person you have become. In the end, you realize success was never the goal itself. The goal was always transformation, and success was simply the byproduct of living at your highest potential.